Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. Let's go over Dogecoin. So the whole idea here is I'm going to provide insight of daily charting on what is Doge doing. In case you want to know a little bit more about me, I've been around when Bitcoin was $100 and am a technical trader, come at it from that point of view. I like to keep things simple. Basically, we're going to just be running the MACD and the accumulation, and that's it. No more extra fancy features. We don't need that. One thing, I keep my MACD at levels 50, 40, and 30 instead of 12, 26, 9. Why? Find it's a better has a better ability to find out what is the future predictions versus the 12, 26, 9 lines. Has better smoothing and then basically has better curves to it. You'll see in the videos why. If you don't think I'm going to be correct, then follow the videos and find out some more. Let's see what's going on here. I put a buy signal down here at 8 cents. That was a complete buy. And then we had the wild accumulation ride. And ever since the 21 zone all the way down, it's still being accumulated and still being consolidated. But this is finally the breakout, I feel, for the big run that everyone is talking about that will put us back up to old highs. So what is it reminding me of? Well, actually, the really interesting part is right now it's reminding me of when Doge was at 0.003 of a cent. As you can see in this chart here, this is the early days. This is back in November of 2020. Yeah, basically when it was down at 0.003, we saw this exact kind of action. Here. So we're on the weekly chart, and what we saw before was also the weekly chart. So the really interesting part here, so in case you're interested, then the MACD on 50, 30, 40 line, when it goes downwards, that means we're bullish. When it goes upwards, that means we're bearish. And it's the reverse on the 26, on the 12, 26, 9. But the 50, 40, 30, I find is just better in getting the smoothing and prediction lines. So we are, I feel, right here, right where my cursor is right now. I'll put a little marker here for you in case you're curious. Boom, right around here. Boom, right around there. Let's go back. As we can see here, our MACD is, I do not feel it will cross through, signaling a bear run, signaling the price drop. I do feel we are going to be just right here, and it curves right at the last second, pounds up to its old highs, and then continues. And that was when Dodge ran like a crazy horse all the way up to 6 cents. So I do feel in the next couple of months we are about to see that crazy run, probably in the fall time. So we can see here, here's where we're at, and we'll see its old highs, which will be 20 cents. So let's see that. So we're down here. So we'll see that old 16, 17, 20 highs before we move upwards. Let's bring out the good old brush. So we are down. I feel we're going to see something like this. And then we'll see the old high, and then up we go. Same as the old run we had here back in 2020 in November. So we had this little lulling right here, as we can see in the consolidation, and I think we're going to have the same lull right here, like that. Boom, and then up she goes. For me, I find just the MACD 50, 40, 30 is good enough. We don't need any extra indicators. Accumulation is a huge one. It's a huge, huge, huge factor. It's completely underrated because we want to see who is really holding. I feel like this is being at the casino. You could kind of call this like counting the deck, right? Some people know how to do that. They know when the next king is about to be played. I mean, clearly we're not playing poker here, but we can actually see when there was a low point in the accumulation down here at 6 cents, which tells us that was official bottom. And then now we're getting a loading phase going on right here. Again, we're at the weekly chart, just in case you're wondering. We are on the weekly chart. And as you can see here, we are at an old accumulation high. And look how much accumulation there is compared to the old high. This is when it was at 60 cents, 40 cents, 30, you name it. We're almost there. So essentially, it is about to be bought out. This whole accumulation is going to be completely bought out to the point where it will be touching that old high. What's going to be next? Well, there's no more shares available, or coins, I should say, in this rate, past its old high. And the average zone, I would say, is about 40 cents. So you're going to see this thing eventually, once it takes out this consolidation range And you see this accumulation rise upwards, back up to its old high. Let's get the brush back out. Up to about here. That is when people are going to have to start buying at 30 and above. And that's when I think you're going to see this whole thing go ape crazy in the next few months. So I feel the fall. It's July 15th right now. Yeah, load up now. Get ready for it. Let's go see if I'm correct. We're going to pull out the good old level 2. The old trader in me is calling this level 2. Obviously, it's the order book, but I still call this level 2. So we're going to see the actual walls. In case anyone's wondering, what is this? Am I looking at? All right, so this is the actual active book. This is the asks and the bids that are currently being placed. So these are people not hitting market. These are people who are bidding currently right now. And it gives us a good indicator of the levels of next resistance. And as I mapped out, we can see our next big one here at the 17 to 20 cent wall. We can see we have that wall right here. Here it is, 18, close enough, and 20. Our biggest wall right now is the 13-cent zone, which we're chewing through, which is actually 12. It's just, we've zoomed out. So as we can see here, we have a sum total of 3.5 million on this area here. And I find when there is more in the sell side, that is a sign of a run. We do want that. We want people to chase the sellers. They're going to be dangling prices at a very high level. That's what we want. We don't want the buyers putting out millions of dollars down at 6 cents, because that will drop the price down. We don't want that. We want the actual people who will say, I'll give you this much at 20 cents, which is what we've got. We see 60 and 50 cent lighting up already, and if we let this level 2 go longer, definitely $1 will show up. I know that for a fact. I've been watching this for quite a while now. So as we can see, once we clear out 13, 14, 15, which I believe will happen in the next few days, we will go up to that old 18 to 20 cent zone over the next month, consolidate there for a while. And as I mentioned, as we're seeing, we're going to take out that old average, which is the next wall, 50 and 60 cents once the 20s drop. Yes, people, I have seen this before in the old run. This is going to happen again and make history. A lot of people are saying it will never happen, but I am all bullish. It will. All right. I hope that helps. Have a good one. See you in the next one.